It's another box of unknown cards on today's episode of Baseball King Collectibles. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. One more box of baseball cards I found. And this was just like hidden behind things. It fell down to the ground. You know, it's a small 400 count box, I guess this is. 250. I don't even know what size this is. But this was inside. I haven't looked in it. I see the top card what was here, but I don't know anything else. So I hope there's something good in here. I hope there's always not just a bunch of commons, which it probably is, but let's take a look and find out together. All right, and look who's on top. Right on top, we got the toy cannon, Jimmy Wynn, with the old nice Colts. Look at that beautiful, the Colt 45. Wasn't that nice? Look at that. Beautiful card. Really, that card's in great shape, too, by the way. Is this a low number? Yeah, it's a low number. On the back of these cards, 64s, you scratch-offs and all that. Really beautiful cards. There's also 64 White Sox team card. Okay. We're playing with high numbers, or what are we playing with here? We got a high number, midnight, 496. That's a pretty high number. You know, the higher numbers are worth more money, of course, as you know that. If you don't know that, now you do. Jim Landis has a 1970 Al Weiss of the Mets. He had a great 69 World Series, so this is the year after. This is the 70 card. Hey, it's Goonie Bird. Goonie Bird. I don't know what they called him. Don Lawson, of course, Mr. Perfect. Oh, that's a beautiful card, too. Look at that. It's great shape. Okay. Duke Sims. In case you guys don't know, new 66 Duke Sims, really nice. Is that a low number? It's 169. In case you guys don't know, I'm an autograph collector in person for many years. Check out my videos, guys. You won't believe how many autographs I got. Over 10,000 in-person autographs. That's right, over 10,000. Larry Stahl, Ron Tompkins. He's a 66. Steve Ridzik. The Senators. The old Senators. We got a couple of rookie cards here of Jim Beecham and Dick Kelly, 66s. 68 Al Ferrara. There's an early series, I'm sorry, because you can tell by the dots. Dots around the side. These were in the first series. They were like more, I don't know, a different pattern to them as the series went on. They got tighter and tighter and tighter. See, low number 34. Same thing, Jerry Boucher. All right, you can compare this. This is a higher number, I believe. Yes, it is. Let's see. 277. You see the difference on the dots on the cards, guys? You see the 66? Look. Big difference. I mean, it looked weird that first series. I guess they changed it around tops after during the second series, and a little bit better. Ellie Howard, Yankees, 1963. That's a beautiful card. Not in the greatest shape, but like I said, I'm not about condition, guys. I'm about having the cards. I love having cards. I don't care what the condition is. You can give me a wrinkled card. I don't care. Tom Tresh, World Series card. Hey, 1970 Mel Stoudemire with the beautiful Yankee Stadium facade in that bag. And look at that. That's a beauty. Beautiful. Stadium's empty there. Nobody in the crowd yet. They're just taking pictures. Got two of them. Hey, why have one when you could have two, right? That's what I always say. There you go. Two Stoudemires. Beautifuls. Hey, three Stoudemire. Oh, it's a 66. All right, a little curvature in the corners. But other than that, it's Mel Stoudemire with the nice old Yankee scoreboard in the background. See, I love the backgrounds and all that. Look at the 63 Koufax. Wow. I love the 63s, the close-up shots of the heads, a lot of them like that, and the second picture in the insert. Ralph Terry. Hey, Reggie. And why have one when you could have... Oh, Pete Rose. I thought it was the second Reggie. That's a nice Pete Rose. That's Reggie's. Look the size, the 71s. These were impossible to get in any condition, but I don't care. This is a little better Pete Rose, right? Not bad for a 71, you see it up there, the whiteness and all that. It's hard to get these in mint. Maybe this is a 5 or a 4. I don't even know if it's that. Let's see how the back, nice and clean. Oh, we got something back there. So whatever. Like I said, I'm not getting these graded. I'm never going to know what the grades are of these because I'm never going to get them graded. Ron Santo, 71s. These 71, like I said, the 71s are tough. Raleigh Fingers, Hoyt Wilhelm, Gil Hodges. Beautiful Gil Hodges. Look at the old Shea Stadium in the background, of course. The upper deck, I used to sit up there. Oh, yeah, right up there somewhere. All the time. Upper decks. And we got the world champion card. Mets, 1970. 69 champions. And we have two of them. Why have one when you could have two, right? This is what a miscut on there. That black line. Oh, miscut, right? What's on the back? Nothing. Card number 1. They gave it to the Mets that year for their miraculous season, really. I lived through that. It was like, wow, as a Yankee fan, it was tough to live through, okay? It wasn't easy watching the Mets do it that year, but they did it. It was amazing. It really was an amazing year. A couple of Kuzmas who they won 2 games that year. Tom Seaver, beautiful Seaver. Whoa, I didn't expect Seaver in here, in this pile. But nice. We'll take it. That's a Billy Williams. Nice Billy Williams. 2 of them. Hey, why have one when you could have 2? And here's the Shea Stadium, the scoreboard. If you guys don't know about the scoreboard here, see the Met logo there? Night games. It was just a white box there. There was no Met logo there. During night games, they would project on a screen, onto that screen, the player's picture. And sometimes they had videos too. It didn't work so well, so they got rid of it after a year or 2. But I remember going to a night game, and it was really amazing. At the time, the technology, there was no technology, nothing like that. And it was really unbelievable. A 70 Carew. Okay, we got some 70s here. Bench, 70. Sporting News. There's a nice Kuzman with the cup car. Nice cup Kuzman. Love those up. Hey, we got a Mickey checklist. What do you say, Mickey? Hey, Mick. What do you say? Nice. Beautiful. Unchecked. Whoa, it's not unchecked. Oh, no. Who did that? I didn't do that. Oh, no. But again, put this in a binder. It looks great. And this is what these are. These are binder cards, guys. I'm going to put these all into a binder one day. One day, maybe soon, because I got a couple of binders I got to redo. And I'm going to put these into another binder. Ellie Howard. It's the 1965 Mets. 10th place. That's where they were every year. Every year they were 10th place. Looks weird, the color. The team Mets. I don't know. Is that like a cartoon drawing? I don't know. Looks kind of weird. You really can't make nobody out. You can't make out that it says Mets on there. It's kind of weird. It's a high number too, right? Yeah, 551. It's a higher series. I think it's the 6th series. Greg Goosen, Mets. Hey, whoa! Hey! Ho! Bing, bing, bing! Winner, chicken dinner. Sandy Koufax. Wow, look, I got him in a penny sleeve at least. Nothing else is in a penny sleeve. Nice. How's that look? Nice. Wow, Koufax. Holy moly. I didn't expect that in here. The back is okay. Oh, what is that here? That's just the shadows, right? Is it? I'm looking at it. No, it's the crease from the, it's the penny sleeve. All right, Don Drysdale, the Big D. Whoa, hey, back to back. These guys held out that year in 65. These guys held out. They wanted 100,000 each or 125,000 each, something like that. Big holdout. It was a big story back in the day. They both up to spring training. They both were in spring training, and they got their money. You had to pay those guys. Come on, I cannot pay them. Hey, Norm Cash, 64 Cash, beauty. 64 Bounton, nice. Jim Landis, we saw him earlier, I think. Yeah, Jim Landis. Bob Hartman, Sporting News, 1959. Bill White, he went on to become, of course, the president of the National League. Hal Brown of the Yankees, brief career with the Yankees. Jim Coates, longer career with the Yankees. Relief pitcher many years. Hey, Jack Fisher with the Giants. This is before he went to the Mets, before he started losing 20 games every year with the Mets. But he started 40 games a year. He was a workhorse. And then they traded him for, I believe it was Tommy Davis. I'm not sure. But Jack Fisher went on to the White Sox. And Walter Austin, longtime manager, the 55 champion, Brooklyn Dodgers. And then he wound up with a 1-year contract for the next 20-something years. 1 year at a time. Cleveland Indians. What year is that? I'm not sure. 63? 63. 451, a higher number. Very nice. Camille Carrion. His son was Mark Carrion of the Mets. If you didn't know. I try to give you guys a little tidbit about things. Can't know everything. I don't know everything. Look, but I've been watching baseball since 1963, the year of this card. So, I've seen all these guys play. Everybody from this guy, Cal Coons, and a few years before, of course, guys were still in the majors, and up to now, current. Hey, what do we got here? I've seen them all play in person. Killebrew, Cash, Colavito, Maris, Gentile, and Leon, Daddy Wags Wagner. Wow, that's a beauty. Home run leaders. Killebrew, my second favorite player right after Mick. Batting leaders is Tommy Davis, we just mentioned him. Frank Robinson, Musial, still having good years. In 1962, a year away from retirement, he was still in the leaders, right? Look at that. And Hank Aaron. That's why you're an all-time great, all right? That's why Stan Musial is an all-time great. Look at his numbers. Very underrated for what he did over his career. We got league leaders, RBIs. Nice condition, too. A little off-center, of course. But, hey, Aaron, Clemente, Richie Allen. 3 Hall of Famers with Richie now in the Hall. Dick, call me Dick. Frank Robinson, Oliva, and Kayla, 3 Hall of Famers, batting leaders. Very nice. We'll continue on with checklist. Hey, Willie Mays. Checklist. Unchecked. Is this one unchecked? Yes, it is. Unchecked Willie. We have an unchecked Mickey. All right. The other one was checked. Let's see. Is it unchecked? Let's flip it. Unchecked. All right. Beautiful. Okay. Back to league leaders. RBI leaders. It's Mays, Darren Johnson, and Frank Robinson. Look at that. Two on the same team. So if it wasn't for Darren Johnson, Frank Robinson would have had a lot more RBIs, I bet, right? So that made him the league leader. Darren Johnson and Mays, of course, sneaking in there. League leaders for the American League, it's Colavito, Willie Horton, Tony Oliva. Colavito, very underrated. He had a great career, big power hitter. Oh, we got pitching leaders, NL. When it mattered, pitching leaders. This is all about wins. Koufax, Cloninger, and Drysdale. It's all about the wins with pitching leaders back then. Now, pitching leaders mean nothing in baseball. Look at the numbers here. 26, 24, 20. Look at all the 20s. I mean, look at all the names. Marichal, Gibson, Bunning, Cloninger, Koufax. I mean, these are big names in baseball history. Strikeout leaders, Koufax, Seville, Gibson. This is a great box. I just realized this. I'm glad I found this box. All right, last little pile in my hand. McDowell, Goldrich, McLean, and Sonny Seaver were the strikeout leaders. This is before McLean had his big years. 65, this is a 65 leader, so he didn't have his big years, a couple more years away, but he was already, getting there. Willard Nixon, that's an oldie, what's it, a 59, I believe? Mid-number. Steve Carlton. Back to 71s in terrible condition, but hey, we'll take two of them. Why have one, right, when you got two? Greg Luzinski, the Bull. Another Rose 71, and second Rose in here we found. This one's a little bit better, I think. Yeah, a little bit better. Still, I'm not sending these off nowhere, so it doesn't matter. Another Reggie. This one's also a little bit better than the previous one we saw. Concepcion. ERA leaders, it's Seaver, Wayne Simpson, and Luke Walker. All right, you wouldn't expect Wayne Simpson and Luke Walker. Those are career years for both of them. Yeah, that was it. RBI leaders, it's Johnny Bench, Tony Perez, and Billy Williams. 3 Hall of Famers, there you go. There's 3 more Hall of Famers, Gibson, Gaylord Perry, and Fergie Jenkins. Pitching leaders, again, the pitching leaders, important back then. It really was. Wins was important. Look at the numbers. 23, 23, 22, 20, 18, 18, 18. Now you hardly get 1 or 2 guys get 17 or 18 a year. It's crazy. All right, Mike Cuellar with a beautiful, beautiful Yankee Stadium light stand shit in the background. Oh, love that one. McNally and Jim Perry, Gaylord's brother, of course. It's Bert B. Home by 11. Yeah, Yankee Stadium. Why are there so many photos in Yankee Stadium? Yes, if you didn't know, Topps was located in Brooklyn. That was where their headquarters were. And Yankee and Shea Stadium, every time a visiting team came in, that's when they would do their photos. Except for spring training, of course, there's spring training photos. But when they came in during the year, Yankee and Shea Stadium were the places for the photos. Here's one that's not in either one. It's 63. It's Ken Boyer. What stadium background is that? It says beer. We know we love the beer signs in the background, but we don't know what beer it is. But no, I don't know what stadium that is. Is it Old Bush Stadium, maybe? The old St. Louis Park. Back to RBI leaders, 1970, Howard, Canigliaro, and Bookpal. We all know what happened to Tony C. Such a shame, right? I mean, he's such a young guy. Career cut short. Well, he came back and did play more, but it was never the same. He had 1 or 2 good years, and he had to retire, and he passed away very young. Cleon Jones, 1969 card. Oh, 68, I'm sorry. And the next year, he would go on to hit 340. Wow. That was his career year. And we're going to end this with a Bob Lock. Again, the first series card. I'll bet you because of the outside here. Yes, it is. Number 51. And look at the difference of Cleon Jones, who's a higher number. See? 254. That's what they did in 68. For whatever reasons, I never heard the explanation for it. I'm curious if anybody knows why they changed that style around from series to series. But anyway, there you have it, guys. Another mystery box in the books. I'm excited. I had a Koufax and a Drysdale out of nowhere. Didn't expect anything good to be in this box. So, guys, I'm an autograph collector. I love my autographs. Come back. I'll do an autograph show soon. I promise. We're going to do plenty of autographs, but you guys like cards too, so we do a little of everything on this channel. And we'll see you on the next episode of Baseball King Collectibles. Subscribe!